So I'm sure by now all of you have seen this video.
Who you f***ing tonight?
Hey, what is it? You might find out.
He gotta get your number.
Hey, that's my baby girl. Don't talk to her like that.
That's your girlfriend? Hey, let me tell you something.
Hey, that's wifey, boy.
You might have to reevaluate. She over here showing us her shit.
Set him up.
Hell yeah.
No. No. Oh my God. No.
So, I've been seeing that clip. I was just going to let it rock. I didn't have any intention of reacting to it until I seen this comment on a video that posted it today. And this is not even from like a main account. This guy found a video going viral on some account that just reposted somebody else's content. So the dude who lifted up the chick, he wrote this comment and it reads, "This clip doesn't show the entirety of the situation. I honestly thought the guy was just being funny when he said that was his girl, because how is she pushing up on me like that right in front of him? I explained the situation more on my page. I didn't go out of my way to steal his girl like some people say. I was just vibing and reciprocating the energy she was giving to me." So let's watch this little interview clip of him on somebody else's page, or basically on his page, actually.
All right, guys, we're back, man. You know what I'm saying? The RNA. We're back with Tuma here. Real controversial player to NRA. How did you feel when you was holding bro girl up in the air? She out there saying, wee!
See, at that point, I didn't even think that was boyfriend. I thought that was just random dude. Look, I'm not even trying to dog dude out. Honestly, I think he deserves better.
What about that final comment?
Hey, I'll pick you up too.
Now, that is a mandatory crash out.
I just thought he was just joking, bro, because there was literally no way somebody's girl could be on somebody talking about who you trying to smash, showing off her, like, all her assets and everything. I'm like, this can't be his girl.
Would you blame them for saying the ER? I'm not gonna lie, players out there that get real emotional out there, a player out there showing some disrespect out there. What if he retaliates?
Look, honest to God, bro, I watched that back. I was like, man, if this man was not racist before this happened, I can't promise he isn't after. I watched it back and I was like, bro, I'd hate him too. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, I feel sorry for bro. Honest to God. This is honest to God. I feel sorry for bro. I really thought he was playing, bro, because I did not know that's his girl. My advice to you would be, if y'all are still together, my advice would be like, come on, bro, you gotta know your worth and don't let nobody do that to you again, bro.
So listen, in the comments, they blaming him, they blaming, some people blaming the other guy. The person that people are rarely blaming is the girl, which is hilarious to me. Like, what type of world are we living in? But listen, this made me curious, because him saying he was going to pick up the guy, that's OD to me. That's a little OD. You're going a little too far, buddy. So with that being said, I went and found the actual video. The irony of this is the guys who did the Hawk Tour video, it's on their page. So the guys who were in Nashville or whatever, they interviewed the Hawk Tour girl, they did this interview too. So their page should be going crazy. It's not. But listen, we about to watch the clip. And I just spoiler alert, it doesn't include him saying the whole pickup part. So they must have put that in some clips on Instagram that I'm not even going to look up.
Said that if Santa was to build his perfect dream girl, you would be her.
Hold on, let me.
If Santa were to build the perfect woman for me, it'd be with her eyes, her smile, his mom body.
What? Who you f***ing tonight?
Hey, you? What is it? You might find out.
He gotta get your number.
You can get my number in the ass in the sand. Hey. It's cold. It's cold.
Hey, that's my baby girl. Don't talk to her like that.
That's your girlfriend? Hey, let me tell you something.
Hey, that's wifey, boy.
You might have to reevaluate. She over here showing us her shit.
Set him up.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Whoa. That's his girl.
Hey, I'll pick you up too.
Hey, go curl some single girls. I'll pick you up.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
He said, hey, go lift a single girl. I was like, hey man, she looks single to me.
So listen, we about to get straight to it. We about to dissect this, but we going to save the best for last. So we going to start with the brother, the black fella, whatever you want to, We're going to start with him. So The chick is flirting with him. The dude is nowhere in sight. The dude comes out of nowhere and he like, yo, and the chick is all over him. She on his chest. She asking sexual questions and stuff like that. The dude comes out and he does a soft press and he say, hey, talk to somebody else, girl, like that. He don't do a hard press. He don't do the super tough guy deluxe shit, which is cool because that's a cool way to do it. Now, this is the thing, because it's not hyper confrontational to where it's like, okay, it's heavy disrespect being thrown. Somebody got to get punched on type shit. So when we look at the black guy, you know, one thing that I understand about the game is that some dudes will try and cock block from that angle and they'll be like, yo, that's my girl. And it might be a male friend. Some dudes will come out, yo, that's my girl. And they just trying to holler at her, or they hollered at her earlier in the night, or they was hollering at her right before, like as you came type shit. So they'll kick that shit like, oh, this my girl. What you were supposed to do in that situation, this is my opinion. You could disagree with it, whatever. But what you're supposed to do is ask the chick, yo, is this your guy? Now listen, some people might say, oh, that's bad game, because if she could just say yeah and it ain't even her guy. Listen, if she say yeah, she don't want to talk to you, bro. I'm not in the business of trying to win over bitches that don't want me. So like, I don't fuck out of here with that. Like, if she says, yeah, that's my boyfriend, out of respect, you fall back. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You don't gotta respect the dude. Dudes, girls get fucked every day. And listen, if you want to be that type of savage, do you. If you want to holler at a dude, girl in front of him and stuff like that, do you. That if that's what you want to do. But listen, people get killed for stuff like that. Now, this guy, he don't look like a killer, but at the same time, he could hold that resentment. You never know. You never know. And even then, it's just like why disrespect another dude? But I'm gonna tell you what it was. What it was he didn't care. I don't care what he says in a clip, and he didn't believe it. He didn't care. The chick being attracted to him and being on his nuts was more important than seeing if that was like, his girlfriend and confirming, or he thought, and this is the other thing about it, and this is the truth. He thought he was safe. He was like, this guy can't do anything to me. This guy is not a threat, so I don't care what he's talking about at all. I'm going to pick this bitch up because she's still geeking and she's still on me. I'm going to pick it, even though this cat came with the soft press. I work out all the time, so I'm going to show him I don't give a fuck about that soft press. And I could lift your bitch up. How about that? So he's on some real rapper shit. He's on some I'll fuck your bitch shit. That's what he was on. He's not going to admit it. And he looks bad in the public eye. So now he's like trying to clean it up, in my opinion. Like, oh, I felt bad. But bro, you didn't give a fuck if that was his girl. You didn't. And that's what it is. So we're done with him. That's really what it is. We're done with him. Now, we're going to go to the girl, the white girl. So when it comes to her, she was probably drunk and she was outside. And when you think about the party scene and stuff like that, what do people go out to do? They go out to hook up and all of that stuff. And that's just the energy flowing through the air. Alcohol, men, women, sex, flirting, all of that stuff. That's what's flowing through the air. We'll come back to that later. But as far as her, she knows she has a man. And we're going under the assumption that this is really her guy because she never disputed it and dude never asked. If you have a man and your man is in proximity especially, and you decide to get all over another man, you're flat out disrespectful. And also when you see your dude come up and do the soft press and you don't even like try to stop or nothing, like let's be honest, you don't have any respect for this man. Why haven't you dumped him yet? You're waiting to monkey branch, and that is nasty. You're waiting to get another dude on the roster. And then as far as your boyfriend, you waiting until you make this dude a starter and you gonna waive him. Nah, 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 nah. You already done with this dude. You have no respect for him. Cause really, if she respected him, if she benefited from him too much where it would be a detriment to disrespect him, and if she knew that he was capable of just walking away from her and stuff like that, then she wouldn't do this. Like, she wouldn't do this. She wouldn't do this. So, as far as her, she is just slimy, and this whole thing is her fault. People are blaming, the black dude and stuff like that. He plays a part in it. People are blaming the white dude. He definitely plays a part in it. We'll get to that. But the whole center of this, she really initiates it by getting on his chest and asking, who is he fuck? Because it's one thing for a guy to say, oh, your eyes and all that stuff. Like, they just doing street interviews. That's innocent. When you start rubbing on a dude's chest talking about who is you fucking, that takes it to a whole different place. So she is really grimy for that. Now, as far as the guy, the white guy, this whole situation is his fault. And I'm going to tell you why. And he did the least. He did the least, but I'm going to tell you why. This whole situation is his fault. The reason it's his fault is because as a man, two things. Number one, you should vet your woman to know what she's capable of. So that's the first thing. You should know who you are with and who you are committing to. The second thing, and I know some of y'all might disagree, some of y'all might agree. If you're a woman, you gonna disagree 1000%. Bars and clubs in the nightlife is not for people in relationships, period, point blank. I don't care if you're a guy. I don't care if you're a woman. If you going out on some nightlife shit, I could get it if y'all 22 and you don't know no better and stuff like that. But by the time you 25, you should have been on the scene to see enough dicks being sucked behind speakers inside clubs. You should have seen enough flirting. You might have got a one night stand yourself, or you got friends who get one night stands and stuff like that. It's just sexual flirtatious energy, like I mentioned before. So when you take your girl into, the nightlife and stuff like that, I feel like that's one of the primary functions of the nightlife. It is to bring single men and women together so that they can at least at the lowest tier, just feel each other's energy and flirt with each other. But and even in just being seen, we could do that. Just being seen by each other and flirting with each other. That's the lowest tier of engagement. But the highest tier would be to either, as far as engagement, would be to fuck that night, or to even do something sexual in the club, outside the club, in the car, outside the club, whatever. That would be the pinnacle. And I feel like that is the function of nightlife. If we talking bars and clubs, the primary function. People will disagree and all of that stuff. But listen, when you have a party, people call a party with nothing but dudes a sausage fest. Why is that? Like, I don't got to break this down for nobody naive, because there shouldn't be anybody naive here. So with that being said, bringing your girl into this type of environment off top, it's just, you're setting yourself up for an L. So that's the first thing. It's no way they should be on some let's go out type shit. Now, this is the other thing, as far as why it's his fault, as far as the vetting and stuff like that. We could get into a bunch of like fabricated whatever, like, oh man, if she spilled the Dunkin' Donuts, that's one sign that she's a hoe. Like, we could do all that. But listen, You should know if you got a party girl or not. You should know if you got a hoe or not. You should know if your chick loves the nightlife. If you decide to be with a chick who loves the nightlife, you're going to get exactly what you deserve. You're going to get exactly what you asked for, which is basically her to do some whole shit in relation to the nightlife. That's what it is. And I know it's hard when you're young, and I know you might not understand it when you're young, but when you get around 24 to 27, you got to know what it is by that point in your adult life as a man. You have to know what it is by that point. I don't expect a 19, 20, 21-year-old to really get it. I don't expect them to really get it, even though a lot of them do. But I don't expect them to get it because you think this is what we're supposed to do. This is what we do. We're young. We should be going out and all of, like, look, if that's even let's say that's true, then no nigga should be cuffing any babe at those ages. If that's what we're supposed to do, if that's a rite of pet, nobody should be cuffing none of those chicks at those ages. Like if hoeing was a war, then fucking the nightlife would be ground zero. It would be ground zero. That would be the war zone. Whatever, when you playing Call of Duty, whatever the most popular level is, that's what the nightlife is, bro. That's what the club is. That's what the bar is. Now, this is the last thing as far as this guy. So this all could have been prevented just by knowing your girl and also not being out at the club with her drunk and all of that stuff. What he should have did, I could understand the hey, that's my girl, da 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 da. If he seen her pressed up on dude, because I don't know what all he seen. If he seen her pressed up on dude, if he heard her like, who is you, da 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 da, like who is you fucking and stuff like that, because he heard something. I don't know what he heard, but he heard something. What he should have done, and this is another reason why it's his fault. What he should have done was pressed her. Because again, that man owes him no loyalty. The soft press is cool. I don't got no problem with it because it's not a hardcore press. But at the end of the day, one thing he didn't do was press his bitch. He did not press his bitch. He did not check her temperature. He did not see where her head was at. He didn't have none of that. He didn't communicate with her at all in that whole video. He didn't communicate with her at all. Bitch, what the fuck is you like? Something should have been said. Yo, Samantha, what are you doing? Something. He said nothing to the woman that is supposed to be his woman. And listen, at that point, this is also what's supposed to happen. This is the last point. Whatever she says, if she is still rocking with the black dude, hey, listen, have fun, brother. Have fun. Leave. I don't care if you live with her. I don't care if y'all got kids together. I don't care what's going on. It's over. It's over. Once the respect is gone, once she is willing to do that in front of your face, it's no coming back from that. It's no coming back from that. Accept it. Don't even try and play or pump it. No. Let her go right there. When it comes to the kids, when it comes to the furniture, when it comes to everything else, figure that out later. And I would hate to think that he has any of that type of shit going on with her. If it's just y'all live in separate places, hey, man, if you got to delete that number, do whatever you got to do. Create that separation. Be done with her, bro. I don't even see the point for a conversation after that shit. I really don't. That's just me. But you got to respect yourself enough to not let somebody disrespect you. You got to respect yourself enough to where when somebody disrespects you, you check that, especially somebody that you're in a relationship with, you check them. I didn't see no checking on that camera. I don't know what he said to her afterwards, but I know he was still trying to do the, hey, this is my girl. And see, I thought this was the last thing, but I got to say this, man. A lot of dudes be simps, bro. And remember when I said people get killed over this? They get killed because motherfuckers be simps. They be simps. They can't stand. They don't understand that they don't own these women. And that, you know, the whole like, oh, it's just your turn and shit like that. The people, you know, she's not yours. It's just your turn. Like, listen, you should be in control of the situations and you should set the guidelines and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, she's going to do what she wants to do. And the thing is, if she do something outside of the parameters of what you set and stuff like that, I don't know if there's a way to really discipline a chick you in a relationship with. I don't think that's possible for the most part. But listen, you do one of two things. You either have a conversation to get her head right and stuff like that, to see where her head is at, and come to that understanding that y'all supposed to have, or you leave. That's really it. It's that simple. And see, this is why dude is a simp, and this is how come simps are dangerous, because they will get with an absolute whore. They will get with a flagrant whore. They will know the chick is a flagrant whore. And when she goes and does whore shit, they don't even get mad at her. They get mad at the dude who is just engaging with a hoe that want them. And then they don't get mad at their girl. They don't say nothing to their girl. They don't do nothing to that. They don't even leave their girl. Now you want to crash out on a dude over some coochie. At the end of the day, she gave to another man willingly. Wasn't taken. So listen, that's all that's wrong. And listen, when you look at it, again, the majority of it is his fault, because at the end of the day, that black dude don't owe him no loyalty. He should respect dude, but he don't have to respect dude. He don't have to respect dude. I already pointed out his faults and what I think he should have did. But at the end of the day, this is not his relationship. And they're not married. He's saying she wifey. Bruh. First off, even when black people, because that shit came from black people, when black people say wifey, I'm like, oh yeah, niggas is bullshit. That's not his real wife. Niggas just say that like about their girlfriends and shit like that. But listen, man. Oh, man, what? Yo, I'm done. Because this is too much, man. Listen, man. It's mostly his fault. When it come down to it, a hoe is going to be a hoe. So by default, she's wrong. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to not put yourself in those situations to be with women like that. You're supposed to smut them out and keep it moving, man. That's what you're supposed to do, man. I done said enough. I'm out, man.